In today's video, we're going to check out 22 different designs on cases made specifically for our Galaxy S21 series of devices. I have from different manufacturers and of course, a lot of cases to cover. Let's not waste any time. This is TK and these are the cases made specifically to customize our Galaxy S21 line of devices. Let's check them out. We're going to start off with the VRS Design cases that we have in here. We have a nice little cover here that's available for the S21 Ultra. Again, most of these will be available for both the S21 as well as the S21 Plus, S21 Ultra. All of these cases are just, depending on which ones they sent me, we're going to be demoing it there. As you can see here, these two cases enable us to have a credit card or an ID option here in the back because it actually has a nice little housing. And of course, we have different options, but let's go ahead and start off with the first one. The first case gives us the option of using a lanyard or a nice little clip here that they do include in here, and it is elastic, so you don't have to worry about that part. Now this one was sent only for the S21 Ultra, so for this device, pretty much very standard, fits it. It does have a nice little kind of a carbon fiber pattern, not carbon fiber material, and of course inserting it is very simple. You just clip it on and it works pretty much the exact way that you expect it. So let's go ahead and put it in there. The lanyard itself works really nice. Now, as far as the coverage side, it does level the fat at the back on the actual device, so it provides us more of a level section. But there are offsets here. There's 1, 2, 3 offsets that are present in there to make sure that the device stays flat. So a little bit of protection, extra protection that's provided here for the camera bump, and of course that offset sitting at the top. On the front for the camera itself, or the display, you can definitely see here a nice little raised lip, covered buttons, opening at the top, opening at the bottom. Everything else looks pretty much the same. I do apologize for the little bit of dust here. Last but not least, I'm sure you want to see is, does it work with wireless charging? No question, not thick enough to actually give us any issues, and there you go. So this one was the Crystal Mix Pro black design, or black car available option from VRS Design. Again, it does come with its own little, I would say a lanyard option that you have in there. Now the next case we're looking at here is actually more of a sandstone feel to it, but again, as I mentioned to you guys, it has a nice little kind of an opening and close option. It's a thicker case. It does provide a little bit of extra protection in the back. Now the design is definitely very ruggedized. Again, sandstone material. It opening here in the back, you can see the color of your phone. The camera is definitely not covered, but it does have a nice little raised option here, so it does not sit on the table. Opening at the top for the microphones, some nice, I would say, industrial design, nice little metal grip at the bottom with VRS Design. And the opening on the bottom here for the cases, you actually are able to open it and close it. And this way you can actually see what cases or what cards you have in here. On the bottom, opening for everything, and again, nice little offsets 1, 2, 3, 4 to be able to put the phone down without having any problems with it. Wireless charging sadly does not work, and Samsung Pay actually also has some concerns. So I would say this is only a case available if you want to use your own cards and your own ID and not have to worry about either wireless charging or Samsung Pay, but it looks really nice. And there's another option here, a couple of other options available for the S21 Ultra. So you see here in a green and black, that's one of the other options. And of course, they have a nice more black on back option that's available. Provides the exact same experience for the S21 Ultra. And then last but not least, I think this one is actually specifically made for the S21. So this one is actually called the Glade Pro black logo option. Again, made for the S21, S21 Ultra, and S21 Plus from VRS Design. Now the next case is called the Quick Stand black cover. There's a few color options here. So we have the standard black one, there's a green one, and of course available in all different sizes, so you guys can definitely check them out. The main difference between them obviously is the color. We do have a kickstand here that does have a nice little prop option, so it does stay up. And of course when you're closing it, it clips in, so it does not have any chance of falling down. You could see it on the inside. Fits the S21, S21 Ultra, S21 Plus as well very nicely. Provides us a protection for the screen at the top, and of course for the camera, as there's actually a raised area around it. So you can definitely see that and appreciate it. The camera bump, well, not the pump, but the actual stand itself doesn't provide too much of an increase, so it doesn't actually give us that nice little wobble effect. Power button, everything else is protected. Of course, wireless charging should be pretty simple. This one does not have any problems with that, as the case is not thick enough for that problem. And as you can see right there, the case itself has no problem providing wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, or even Samsung Pay access. Looks really nice, looks actually very nice and futuristic. Unfortunately, this does not actually have any opening here, just more of an aesthetical design. But again, looks really nice. Again, this is the Quick Stand black, and then there's a few other options. There's the green. Available for all the S21 line of devices. The next set of cases that we have here are from Ringke. Hopefully I'm saying the name correctly. But they sent me a few options here. We have a hard case cover here, clear casing covering for both the S21 and S21 Ultra. We also have a very nice little unique one that you probably saw it on my Twitter as well as my videos. A clear case option, a camo case clear case option, as well as a nice, just more of a standard silicone case option itself. So first thing we're going to start off with is the clear case or the sandstone almost feel. It's nice, it's thicker on the back. This one actually is provided to me with both the black and the blue. The black one is for the S21. And as you can see here, it definitely looks really nice. It has a couple of offsets here, 1, 2, 3. And of course, it does provide a little bit of extra protection on the camera. Not a lot, but definitely enough to make it basically level on the back. Protection on the display on the front definitely is present there. Opening for microphones, everything else is pretty good. The case is thin enough that it will work with wireless charging. There's no concern. There is a lanyard option here if you'd like to use one. It does not come included. And again, it comes in a couple of colors. There's the black one, and of course, there's the blue one. This one is for the S21. This is the S21 Ultra. So these are the Onyx cases from Ringke, and then again, there's the black one and the navy option. Now, the next one we're going to jump into is the Fusion X Galaxy. This is the camo black. On this one, they sent it specifically for the S21, standard S21. So I can definitely insert the device. And as you notice, I do have a glass protector that's also present here on top of the lens protection. So that provides me a little bit of extra, but as you can see, fits perfectly fine. An opening does provide extra protection for the camera lenses in the back. A couple of bumps here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, combined with that one, it provides us more of a level experience. What I like about this one is because of the camo color that is available on top of the Thanos purple that we have going on with the S21, it definitely looks very nice, and the black covering here, of course, just gives it that more unique look. Definitely nice, enough thickness to provide protection for the display, the camera bump in the back. All the buttons are covered. It's nice, it's thin. Wireless charging, of course, will work perfectly fine, and all the ports are open very nicely. There is a lanyard option present here on the left, and of course, all of the microphones, everything else is present, really nice. I like the design and a little bit of more of a reflective material. As you're flickering it in the light, it does change a little bit, and it looks great with any color. Now, obviously, depending on your choice, this is going to look as good as the color that you pick. Now, the other Fusion X that they sent me is not a camo color one. It's a clear case that will work perfectly with the S21 Ultra. Fits the exact same way, provides us the same level of protection, and just allows us to enjoy the color of our device. So aesthetically, it looks exactly the same protection, same bump on the front, same bump on the actual camera separation to provide us more of a level experience. And again, just if you want to go with the camo color or the standard one, both are very nice. Again, this is the Fusion X Galaxy S21 series from Ringke. Now, the next one is a nice case. Again, similar aesthetics to what we had there. This one is actually called the Onyx Design Galaxy S21. This is the Ultra X. So very nice. There's an X scene here, of course, just a nice writing. I've been using this one for the last couple of days as I feel like aesthetically it looks really nice. It's very small, minimalistic. Provides us the bump protection that we want in the back, some nice offsets on the top. You can see them 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, just gives us a nice little unique look on the back when you're holding the phone and you're using it. Everything else works pretty much the same. Wireless charging works flawlessly. Ports opening at the bottom, covered buttons on the side as well as the top. And last but not least, you still, again, lanyard option if you'd like to use it. It does not come with a lanyard. That's one thing to keep in mind, but it definitely looks very nice. The next couple of cases are very nice. This one is the Fusion Matte. There's a matte finish on the back, and then this is just the standard Fusion. As you can see, it's a harder shell, very nice. And of course, see-through. So again, same experience on both, except that there's a matte finish here and a little bit more of a smoky finish. You'll notice that's the biggest difference. And of course, depending on the device that you're using it on, so I have this one on the S21 Ultra. They did provide me one again right under there for the S21. But you can definitely see the different color and the way it actually looks. Now, the matte finish on the back feels better, and it doesn't actually provide that much of a diffusion for the black color because it's actually very prominent. As far as on the left, we have the, obviously, as you can see here, the lanyard option on the left. Button coverage, openings at the top. The camera bumps are actually definitely very covered, which is nice, and provides us a few other offsets on the top, bottom, and left to give us more of a leveled experience. So if you're looking for customization, I feel like this will allow you to enjoy the color of your phone, either in standard see-through or matte finish from Ringke. Now, the next sets are going to be from ESR. I have 5 different cases in here, and we'll get a chance to check them out. First one is the kickstand case for both, basically available for both the S21 Ultra as the S21 and the S21 Plus. And of course, we have here the metallic kickstand. So there are a couple of more options that are available. So we'll start off with the kickstand case. Very nice, very much a almost like a matte finish in here, very smoky. Again, it will augment or basically improve the connection here, or the experience on your S21 Ultra. Very nice, very thin. Provides a little bit of a protection here around the camera bump. And again, as the title says, it's a kickstand case. Now, unfortunately, it does not open all the way. So if I put it in there, it's not as steady, but it will work standing up. And of course, standing in this form. It is definitely very nice in the sense that you have the ability of putting it slightly different and it will work very nicely. Very thin. We have a lanyard option on the left and opening on the bottom. Everything else is exposed, very nice, and a little bit of a raised option here for the display. Not as pronounced as some of the other cases, but it looks really nice for a minimalistic case directly from them. So again, this one's available specifically for the S21 Ultra. And they do provide a clear option, again, available here for the S21 Ultra for your other devices. So if you want to be able to enjoy the color on your device, exactly the same experience. Slightly different on the bump here because of the smaller camera bump on the S21 and S21 Plus. But of course, same experience. You get to enjoy the color, the full function of your device, and of course, just be able to prop it to whatever form or position that you'd like to enjoy your device, either on the go or, you know, if you're sitting at home, you want to enjoy some content with the beautiful or the really nicely sounding stereo speakers that we have in here. Now, the last one we have here is a clear case directly from ESR. So there's no kickstand on this one. And of course, it just a clear case showcases the color of the phone that you, or the color that you decide to pick up. All the coverage, wireless charging works perfectly fine. And again, the main benefit here is that it provides us the ability of just enjoying our device with a very small minimalistic case. The bump itself is very much minimalized here. It's not all gone, but it definitely is not going to wobble on the table. And it provides us ever so nicely a very minimalistic coverage for the front. So if you have a glass protector, this will obviously make it even better. The next cases we're checking out are by a company called ENCASED, obviously named for the fact that they sell cases. And we have three different designs. We have the checkered back on the back here, and I hope you guys can see that right there, but definitely very nice. Of course, here more of a straight back with more of a pocket at the bottom. And then last but not least, just a clear, almost a patterned look on the back, and I'll definitely check that out. And they come for both, again, the S21, S21 Plus, S21 Ultra. Now, taking a look at the first two designs, the first one here on the left and the middle one, and you'll definitely see that they obviously provide us a lot of thickness into the device because of the protection that they offer. So these are not going to be minimalistic or very thin cases. Definitely a lot of protection around the camera. There's a raised lip around the camera module here, as well as on the camera on the S21. Although on the S21 is definitely more flush on the side and raised on the inside, and with the S21 Ultra on this design, it definitely covers it all around. All the buttons are covered, all the openings are opened at the top, and of course on the bottom, access to the both USB-C and the bottom variant speaker. All of the stuff is provided. Nice extra protection you can see here on the top edges. Very much a rugged case, provided really nice coverage on this. And of course, since these are a little bit thicker than most other cases, I'm pretty sure we would love to see if they work with wireless charging. Let's go ahead and give it a second. And as you can imagine, it works perfectly fine. And of course, let's do one real quick here with the S21. And the S21 works as well. Now, the last case that I talked to you guys about that has that nice little pattern on the back, this is definitely a pattern. It doesn't feel those ridges, let's just say that. This one is more of the thinner case of all the ones that we've seen here. Definitely fits the device very nicely, very minimalistic, doesn't add that much bulk. The camera does still have a little bit of a bump, but it's much less pronounced. The display is covered with a nice little bit of a raised option here. Buttons are covered, of course. Everything else is working great. And because this is a thinner case, it definitely looks really nice, and wireless charging should work very good for you. Again, available for all the lines of the S21 line of devices from ENCASED. Now, the last cases that we have here, I know we've gone through a lot of cases today, are CaseBorne by Vanguard, or the Vanguard series of cases from CaseBorne. These are two-piece cases that provide us full protection on your device. I noticed, you'll notice right there, there's a few color options, the black, the purple, and the orange one. There is a sign whenever you first get it out of the box that asks you to remove the actual casing in here, because that is part of the two-piece case option that you need to work on. After you do that, you can actually just insert your phone. That's pretty much just an easy insert. It clicks on very nicely. And once you have that in, it pretty much becomes ready to be actually inserted directly into the case itself. So out of all the cases that we got a chance to check out today, I would feel like these provide us the most experience or the best protection options that we have. Same thing again, available for the S21 here. I just put in the case itself and we'll go ahead and just insert it in. You need to make sure obviously that all of the areas here are covered very nicely. And once you have that all done, you're able to also cover the USB-C port with a nice little gasket cover that we have. Now, obviously, this doesn't add any water resistance to it, but it's intended to protect the port from anything accidentally getting into it. One of the other thing is that the case also provides us a nice little lip option to know exactly where to remove it. That little arrow that we looked at before is just telling you that this is essentially where you would need to, if you need to open it up and remove it. And it's not intended to be very easy to remove. So keep in mind, this is intended to be very nicely firm placement on your phone. And then with a little bit of nudging, you're able to remove it and of course take your phone out, and it looks really nice. It provides that protection all around. Again, the front and the back, and if you have a glass protector, it should work pretty nicely. None of the ports are covered. The speakers at the top are open, of course, and the bottom exposed options. Now, all of these cases are made by Armadillotek. My hope is that by the end of this video, you guys found a case or two that fit your style to be able to customize your S21, your S21 Ultra, or even your S21 Plus. There's so many options in here, from ultra thin to see-through to matte finish to ultra ruggedized, to a wallet case that gives you the ability of having 3 credit cards or an ID and a credit cards or so on the back of your phone. Keep in mind that one doesn't have wireless charging or reverse wireless charging, as well as Samsung Pay, because the thickness of the actual casing on the back. But all of the cases provide us a better, I would say, leveled experience on the table, so there's no more wobble. And depending on the case you're going with, you'll have options for lanyards, different options, and even a 2-piece case for ultra rugged protection for your devices. So a lot of cases here, and I'm sure something will fit your needs, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now, as usual, thank you very much for the support. Like and subscribe and share it. Hopefully we'll see you guys in the next video, and let me know, what do you guys think of these cases and which one is your favorite? See you guys in the next one.